What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down something with Tesla spying the overall markets. I'm going to talk about some big headlines that came out involving the Cybertruck in Tesla, which you should be watching for as time goes on. But just note that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total, and the offer ends in just 2 weeks. Anyways, for Tesla, we have this very key support at this 225 area. This is going to be our 200 EMA on the 30 minutes time frame. We saw Tesla hold this very nicely so far. The resistance to watch for is very close to about 227.5. If Tesla manages to break through that, and then also happens to be previous support becoming resistance, this is the support from Friday that's trying to act as resistance right now. If that breaks, we could get very close to about the 229 area all over again. But as of right now, we're just kind of shuffling. We did see a bit of a dip on Tesla as I predicted, and so far we are just kind of shuffling, holding this very key EMA. So I'll be watching to see how things end up developing from here. Just know a couple of things. Today is Monday, September 16th. Very soon we have the 3 and 6 month bill auctions coming in. Might cause some volatility, but nothing too crazy. When it comes to the Cybertruck, we had some big updates come out from Elon Musk. So this news came out today. The Cybertruck is very popular. We're seeing a lot of growth for it, especially considering the fact that it is a very big driver for not only innovation, but new technologies for Tesla, new ideas, new products. And there's been a lot of talk about this expanding to different markets, such as Australia and things like that. However, Elon Musk has come out and he said that for the near term, there's no plan for the Cybertruck to expand to Australia, as the right-hand drive production and markets are still very much off the table for the time being. So once again, they're still in the early stages of the life cycle of the vehicle. They're working on a very important shifts for it. And when it comes to the other updates, we're not really seeing them entering the right-hand models yet. It's going to take some time for them to get there. So we're just going to be waiting as time goes on. I think that this would be a big winner in Australia. I think there's a lot of demand for trucks like these, but as of right now, there's no plans for that to end up happening. So we have to be very patient. But it's not just Australia; it's the entire right-hand drive production market. We're not really there yet, so we have to just be very patient with the Cybertruck's developments and see how things end up going. Also, like I went over in the daytime, there was a lot of news coming out about the supercharger expansion plans, which are slowing down. Basically, we're seeing the supercharger ports slowing down by about 28% between May and August, relative to the same time of last year. This is no surprise considering that a lot of Tesla employees had to get laid off. However, I think that as time goes on, the expansion phase will continue to grow. For now, for the short term and for the next, few months, it's going to likely remain on a slower trend. So that's what's going on for Tesla for the time being. So looking at Tesla, we are attempting to rebound a little bit, but like I said before, this could be a shift in our trend so far. So you can see we had a bearish divergence right over here that was developing. Tesla's trying to reclaim this 228 area. We're looking at 229 as a potential target if we do try to continue to push. But the thing is, when you look at the 4-hour time frame on Tesla, it's starting to show signs that it's slowing. If we end up getting a close below our 20 EMA, this like 226 area at the very least, this would be a bad sign for Tesla. This could actually dip a little bit lower to like 222 all over again. We have this big imbalance to fill. And as long as it closes above 226, we could continue to just consolidate in this range. So the closer we get to 230, the riskier Tesla becomes. It is tricky because 230 has been known for being a tough resistance, and so is 235. So in order to break out, for Tesla to remain bullish, and in order for this inverse head and shoulders to play out, we need to see Tesla basically get a bullish catalyst. There needs to be some kind of big news coming out. Maybe it's FOMC, maybe it's something else for us to really break out. But until we don't get that catalyst, Tesla's going to remain a little bit more bearish, a little bit lackluster, and continue to chop around. That's most likely what Tesla's going to be doing. So we could attempt to get very close to about 229, come back down to 226, and just continue to consolidate in this range for the time being for Tesla. That's what I find to be a little bit more probable for now. Could we turn bullish later on? Yes, we could, but we're not ready yet. I think we're just going to remain in this range. Okay. And by the way, for Tesla, here's some levels before I go back to SPY. Um, Looking at the 4-hour, let me show you these levels. So we're looking at basically 228 as a resistance zone. If we do hold above that, we could get close to 229 to 230, but that's a tough resistance. And if we lose 228, we're looking for not only 226, but I would say 225 is a stronger support. It's 225 areas where our main support happens to be. And that's where buyers did end up trying to defend Tesla. If that were to fail, we would be coming closer to 222. But as of right now, I think we're just range bound for now. So give Tesla some time. For SPY, it's the same thing. So SPY is in a very, very interesting phase. We're kind of range bound. We actually saw this little pump in the daytime before we came back down. And now we're just consolidating between 560 and 562. We may continue to do so, but just know that if we were to lose 560, if we do end up holding below that for at least an hour, that's going to be a big sign of weakness. And SPY could be dumping for 558. If you hold above 562, we could push a little bit higher to 563. Otherwise, we're just range bound for now, but there is a little bit of weakness. SPY's a little bit in the red, and the trend is trying to shift downwards. Bullish momentum is slowing, so this could dip a little bit more, but we haven't lost key support yet. We're still kind of consolidating. Others like NVIDIA did dip all the way down. I called out the exact support. I said these EMAs are where NVIDIA is going to be going to, and watch to see if we bounce off of them. Well, that's exactly what happened. We did go down to this like 114 area, these key EMAs. If we lose 114, we're looking for a dump for, I think we could get close to like the 112s. As long as we hold above that, so we're looking for 118 as resistance. I think we could just shuffle in this range for now, and then we'll see how things end up developing. For Bitcoin, we're dipping right now. If we don't hold above the 50 EMA, we're going to likely continue to fall all the way down to 57,700. If that fails us, we're looking for the 56,600 area. If we break past 58,373, we could turn back up, but this is looking a little bit more bearish in my opinion. For others like ES, let me just go back to this. ES is dipping right now, forming a double top. You have this resistance to watch for at 5630, and our main support's all the way down here at the 5600 area. So ES is also range bound. I do see a risk of it dipping a little bit lower though if we continue to hold this bar. And if the 4 hour gets a weak close, I could be looking for like the 5600 area. But overall, we're just kind of range bound for now. For NQ, we also look a little bit more bearish. We're showing a little bit of weakness compared to SPY on tech. So a lot of money is kind of rotating out of tech for now, especially after Apple's sell-off. So that's what we're seeing for the time being, a little bit of weakness in tech. So we're looking at 19,333 as resistance. This is a key zone for NQ. If we don't reclaim that, we're looking for 19,272, followed by 19,200. I could see this dip a little bit more. There's some weakness developing, so watch those supports. The QQQ looks a little bit more bearish to me. We're dipping right now in terms of our trend. However, it hasn't really lost critical support. So even though this is starting to downtrend just a little bit, we're looking at that 470 area as our key supports. If we lose that, we're looking for 468 or below, all the way down to these EMAs like 468 to 466. If we're bullish, we want to get back above 473. As of right now, we're on a downtrend, so we'll give this the time it needs. For Apple, we look a little bit more bearish. I called out 215 to see if we try to hold around there. It's a little bit lower. The next level was around 213, well, 214 basically. Apple is known for kind of like holding, every dollar level at least as a different support. So our main support, one critical support is 215, and then resistance is going to be at 217. We'll see if Apple could reclaim that. I think we're just range bound for now, but there is still weakness in the chart. I might just shuffled in the lower end of our range because of the weakness that came out in iPhone sales. iPhone sales are down compared to last year, at least for what reports are suggesting. For the IWM, we called out a dip towards about the support here at 216 that I mentioned. We could get close to about 215. Then we'll see if we bounce. We came short of 215. We're still kind of shuffling at 216. So we could dip a little bit lower. Then we'll see how things end up developing. For coin, we're just range bound right now. We're looking at this consolidation phase as well for this. I could see it push a little bit higher for about 162.5. Try to fill that gap. And then, if anything, I think we're just range bound. So we basically have this 162.5 areas resistance, and 161 is one of our supports, followed by 158. I think we just shuffle for now. We could push a little bit higher, though I do see potentials to get close to 163, but then it's going to likely shuffle after that. Amazon, I called out 184 is coming, and that's what happened to Amazon. We actually held our 20 EMA, so we'll be watching to see if 183 bounces or not. If we lose 183, we could be dipping down to 180. If we hold this, we could rebound. I think we're just going to consolidate for now. We could dip a little bit lower, so give it the time it needs. For Meta, we are range bound. We have basically this 520 area as our support, and then 524 as resistance. We're just kind of range bound, going back and forth and back and forth. I mentioned everyone it might dip to about 520 and try to rebound. We went a little bit lower to about 515 or 517, excuse me, before we saw this thing attempt to rebound. So it's still kind of stuck. Microsoft has said that we should be watching 430. If we hold above this, we remain bullish. If we lose this, we turn bearish. We're still favoring upside if we hold above 430. We have 434 as the next resistance, followed by 431.8. So I think we could shuffle up here, but as long as we hold above this, we're going to be looking like, we're favoring the upwards direction a little bit more. If 430 fails us, though, there's going to be a dip back down to the 427s. So just want to call that out. Google is trying to get back above 160, so it's following Microsoft. I think we're going to be testing a tough resistance in the 160 area. We'll see if it breaks or not. Otherwise, we're just range bound. Anyways, guys, that's it for my video. As of right now, the market's holding up very, very well, and Tesla's trying to rebound just a bit. But like I said before, I think we're just going to be range bound. We're just going to be range bound for now on. Tesla's not really doing much because we saw a dip after the bearish news that came out, because tech was slowing down, and then the market did slow down as a whole, which drags Tesla down. So yes, we could try to push closer to 229, but like I said before, we're just going to be shuffling for now. So give Tesla some time and we'll see how it develops. And just know there's not really any major catalyst unless there's some big news that comes out, or until FOMC. So we just have to give it some time. FOMC is only like 2 days away, so it's not that far away. Until then, I thank you for listening. Have a great day. Watch your levels, and peace out.